Folks, welcome to another classic game. This one is a 3v3. Earlier on the stream, we casted a 1v1 Huns War with Misty Ori and Black Bear, which was incredibly awesome. This time we have a 3v3 on Ultra Random. And again, like all of our classic games, this game, this match is probably over 10 years old. I believe this was also mid-2000s. So, I apologize in advance if you happen to know who these players are, because you were around back then. I was not around back then, so it's kind of a breath of fresh air for me. And also, not just the players, but the styles were very different. I don't even know if they know what the map layout looks like, seeing as this is ultra random. But I will introduce the players and talk a little bit about the match prior to talking about the civs and all that. Okay, so first off, we have DNS Tysinka. I'm going to call this guy Tysinka, seeing as DNS seems to be his clan. Again, I don't know what DNS stood for. I can assume it was a clan. I know that on the recorded game file, this team was called Top of the World. So, I guess I'll call them the Top of the World team. Wait, you know what? The title was CZ versus Top of the World, but the CSI guys, assuming their flags are correct, they are not from... I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe this team is the CZ team. I'm just gonna call them, like, by their names. Anyway, that was a really bad introduction. Tysinka's here, playing as the Huns. He's the flank. His pocket is Savior. Savior is playing as the Vikings. I didn't know Dux' Savior was playing back then. Now we have SK Forever playing as the Mongols, the other flank. Maybe if someone knows what language that is, we can figure out which team is the Czech team. In the blue, we have Vegeta. This is a guy I've seen around before.
Hi, Future Urban. You were here when it was live and you forgot. Enjoy your breakfast and YouTube.
Thank you, Urban, for the 5. I think I've seen this guy around within the last few years, so he might still be active. As for T, I mean, I'm a big fan because, you know, T90 and all. Haven't seen him before. He's playing as Mongols, and then we have Huns for Canary. The one difference I should say is Vegeta is Celts. Right, so, introductions in. I assume they picked civilizations. This map is very random. It is true to its name. There's plenty of gold and stone on this one. It seems like one main gold pile with 7 tiles, and then another one with 5. And probably consistent and close to each player. And then there are a few other gold piles around. Now, some players can wall a bit easier. For example, Green, his wall off is amazing. He easily can wall there. Doesn't even need to wall here. Wall this up. And just imagine the team walling potential if he walls here, red walls here, and they just work their way over to blue. Vegeta. Never watched Dragon Ball Z. No, I actually wasn't allowed to watch Dragon Ball Z. Because Dragon Ball Z is evil. Just like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! It'll sour my mind and make me a horrible human being. Yeah, I wasn't allowed. So, if I don't know the pronunciation because of that, it's because I never really got into it. It's not one of those things you get into as an adult. At least for me, anyway. So, they're taking this pretty seriously. What we've seen here is a little trick you can do, where if you run by an opponent's straggler tree, right when you have line of sight of it, you can select one of your villagers and build palisades there, and it deletes the tree. I should point out, you guys might know this already because you're all Force Nothing fans and you've tried this. You cannot do that with a normal wood line. You can only do that with stragglers. A lot of people ask me why people don't play Force Nothing that way. It's just simply not possible. A good point from the chat. Tysinka is definitely isolated. Assuming the meta is what I think it was back then, the pocket players, so the players in the middle of each team, they will likely go for Fast Castle. And if that's the case, then they'll add in Knights in Castle Age, and they're going to need to send support to the flanks. Orange is quite far away from yellow, so that could definitely come into play here. Now, I see the walls coming up already. Very ambitious walls from Tysinka. You know what, if he does full wall his base somehow, which is a bit more difficult for him to do, seeing as this is very open. But if he does, he might be able to justify a fast castle as well. Can relate, man. Families can be fun. Yeah, it happens. I mean, I understand why my family did the things they did. I don't have to agree with it. I'm an adult now. I can make my own decisions. I just choose to spend my time casting Age of Empires for a bunch of strangers on the internet. Nah, I don't have time for TV, honestly. With all the real life obligations and then all the time I put into casting and creating content and then playing the game every so often is pretty much my TV time right there. So Canary, the green player for the northern team, he has clicked up to feudal age first. At a population pretty consistent with what we would see in today's meta. 6 on wood here, 3 here, so okay, 9 on wood. Probably a bit lower than he should have. It should be 10 on wood, but this is like over 10 years old, so maybe they thought it was 9 on wood at the time. This is still close enough for him to be just fine. Did you miss Naruto too? Dude, I didn't really watch. I watched Hey Arnold's. Like I watched what else was I into? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard for me to remember what I was really into beyond like Tom and Jerry and all the Saturday morning cartoons. It's hard for me to know. I have to go to night class. Thanks for the stream, Ian Browntown. Enjoy night class, man. We can be closer than strangers if you want to. Nah, you guys aren't. I shouldn't have said it like that. Like, a lot of you feel like family to me. I've had people resub and say the same, but I feel very close to my audience. And I'm very, very gracious for all that you do for me. I mean, technically, this is like a job for me, technically, right? Because this is what I do for a living, but it really just feels like I'm casting to a bunch of friends when I come on here. So I didn't want it to seem weird. So here come the walls. Still rather confused as to what the... Ooh! I was gonna say what the choices will be with military, but what's this dude doing here? Well, James has come forward, and he's bypassed the area that blue would wall up. If blue were to wall here, this villager is still hidden. So we got a sneak vill. Is it sneak archers, I imagine? It does seem like sneak archers, because he has villagers on gold. That is... Well, it's still tough. And blue is exposed, so maybe he could hit blue, but red is walled. Now, I was talking about green and how he'd likely go scouts, but he hasn't done that at all. He's going market blacksmith. He went up pretty early, considering he's not making any military. He does need to scout this to make sure that there's no... Yeah, he assumes this might be open, so he's gonna build his buildings down here instead. Your voice sounds really muted in YouTube. Why is that? Are you talking about my voice in general, or just the overall audio level? So the deal with my audio stuff is I've kind of been postponing making any changes to like my audio equipment because I've been working on so much stuff. And when I make changes to my audio equipment, I mean, it's sitting in my living room right now. When I make those changes, then I will try and adjust the fact that the audio is very muffled compared to other videos and other streams. Yeah, I'm not... Like, that's something I haven't really looked into yet. Beyond surface level, because I've tried to fix it, I can't figure it out, and I'm spending so much time on content and streams at the moment, I haven't had a lot of time to justify. Because the issue is, like, today I streamed at 4 PM my time. We are going to see a sling, by the way. I should point that out. But yeah, let's say I started to work on my mic at 10 AM today. I didn't stream till 4. If the settings, like if you heard my air conditioner, if you could hear my keyboard and my clicks, it wouldn't be acceptable to me, so I wouldn't really have the time. And so I almost need a day or two to make sure it's up to scratch, up to par. And my last 2 days off, I kind of relaxed a little bit. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's just low volume. I can't deal with that at the moment, but I do have like an audio interface, and I have a new mic, and I'll look into all that and a couple other things once I have the time for it. Thank you, Lauren. Good to hear. Okay, so I need to explain what this is. This is a sling, which means that, and we saw this a lot with Vikings over the years. You go up to the next stage, you full wall, and then you sell resources to an ally. So in this case, Savior, he's sending resources to the person who I thought was going to sneak archery ranges. I assumed he was sneaking archery ranges because I didn't know there'd be a sling. But no, he's walked past where blue could wall, and he's going for Mongol Knights. Now, Mongol Knights are fantastic in the Castle Age. They get full upgrades. Only Imperial is where they fall off because they lack that last defense upgrade, which is a pretty big deal. Relaxed, aka slacking. Yeah, I've been slacking a little bit, but I just had a lot of real life stuff, like adult stuff to sort out, so... Yeah, I'll admit, like, I'm one of those people who would always say that I could improve on, like, whatever it is. My casting could definitely be improved. The way I schedule content could definitely be improved. My work ethic could always be improved. That's just how I look at things. Okay, let's see here. Red, I believe, is slinging as well for the other team. He's sending resources to blue? Or green. Yeah, okay. So blue is receiving resources from red, so both the pockets are slinging. But the sneak knights come in at the perfect time. I find it pretty peculiar that they're slinging the Celt player. If they're not slinging him to knights, they're slinging him into castles and Woad Ridders and Castle Age. This is definitely hard to pull off, and these knights are going to do so much damage to start off.
Your relationship with me could always improve too by
Oh my god, dude. That was pretty savage, Maddie. Thank you for 18 months. Man, look at this. Villagers getting destroyed. 7 deaths soon to be 8 deaths, 9. Oh my goodness, everything is dying here. And you know, he's receiving the sling, he's receiving resources, but he's like kind of dead. He's only at 22 of his own villagers. His entire economy most of his economy is coming from somebody else. What a big loss here. Now, yellow, the flank for the other team, so the ally of purple who's doing so much damage. He currently is sending knights in as well. The team walls, I guess they have... Well, they're not really completed for red's team, because yellow can just run right through here to help out. This is where I would normally say this seems GG. Because they're slinging a guy who doesn't really have his own economy, and he's lost so much. Oh no! The MBL mod! The MBL mod! We hear MBL's Voodaloos! But the crazy thing is, this is an epic game for some reason, so we know, I mean, spoiler alert, there will be some type of comeback, and oh no, the villagers again! Oh, can we get the tears flowing in the chat? What is this? I don't understand. I can only imagine that Canary is gonna start flapping his wings and doing something more, because Red is slinging. Canary, he's not fighting. I don't see how this team is going to give us a comeback of some kind. Like, Purple's playing this so well. So well. And because of that, Savior, the Vikings pocket, as you can see at the top right, he's deciding to join in on the Castle Age fun himself. He doesn't even need to send resources to Purple any longer. I mean, Vegeta almost has the resources to click up to the next stage. But he has to delete that castle. Now he doesn't have enough stone to build a castle. The other annoying thing is, as he gets a conversion and loses a monk, if he wants to purchase it, he'll have to purchase 200 more stone because he was at 540. And now he has even less gold. And finally, he'll build a castle. We have a few monks and now siege being added in by Purple. I don't see any movement on the other front. Yellow and green on the left. Yellow with 55 villagers. It is 52 soon for green. It is 46 villagers for Savior, who's about to hit Castle, versus the 47 of Red, who is not on his way to Castle. So everything tells me, every single stat here tells me that SK Forever, Tysinka, and Savior are on the verge of a pretty swift victory here. Oh, these knights, they used to be yours, but we kill you now. The knight's picking off 2 monks. Well played there. That's the first good moment for Vegeta, and now he's on his way to Imp. And also Green's on the way to Imp. Okay, so this is where I can bring up the conundrum you find yourself in with Sling. So what has happened is both the Pocket players, they've gone for the Sling strategy of sending resources to someone. In this case, it was Blue receiving a lot of resources, and I assume, actually we can pause and check. I assume Green has received some as well. Let's double check. Yeah. So Green has also received some. If you look at the amount sent, Red has sent 4,400 resources in total versus 1,600 from Savior. So what that means is, despite them being a bit behind, Vegeta in the blue and Canary in the green, they're going to be in a really nice position. Well, not a nice position because it's been tough for Blue thus far, but they're going to have an edge over the other players as the other players have not received as many resources. And also, the Vikings player is committing to adding in his own like military and eco now. So he won't send anything more. So there's a window here still for the team that has the Slinger. There's a window for them to do something. I think it all starts with Canary. Because Canary, he hasn't been pressured. He has stone walls, so he can take the fights when he feels comfortable doing so. Wait, what? Vegeta. Vegeta. Is that better? I'm sorry, chat. It's alright. You guys will get used to it. I call Rohan Roach. All Germans get angry with me, Kappa. Vegeta. Alright, I'll try and change my pronunciation. You gotta remember, there's gonna be new people on YouTube. And they're gonna be considering going to the stream, and then they're gonna hear me pronounce that, and they're gonna get pissed off. Vegeta. Sorry, I didn't realize you had an issue with it. Okay, here are the Boomaloos. 1 conversion. And 2 monks down, but better than nothing, of course. Lauren for life. This game was played mid-2000s. They're just gonna be... they're just gonna be trading units here. Ah, nice job from SK Forever. Saving some of his monks and getting conversions. Canary. He is going to go the Paladin route in the Imperial Age. He's about to hit Imp. Yellow is not really pushed here on this side. And so now we have 1 person in the Imperial Age for the losing team, the Vegeta team. And it'll soon be 2. Now it is 2. So we have World Raiders for Vegeta. He has like no eco. Like, very little eco of his own. He needs to receive Sling. And we're going to have Paladins, starting off with Cavalier for Canary. Meanwhile, Yellow, he has a large eco of his own, 102 villagers, but seeing as he's not receiving Sling, he can't have military as fast. He's on 6 town centers as well. And I must say, the farm placement is just wonderful here. Oh! Hold the phone! Hold the phone! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 TCs. You know, I didn't know that Smarthy played the game back in mid-2000s. That's really interesting. Smarthy Smurf confirmed. That's a lot of TCs. You don't see that. Like in today's meta, if you were to do something like this, that would be considered poor play. And that's how he has 112 villagers. Wow. Let's take a quick glance at Purple as he's walling up. His economy's okay. I think it's just 2 TCs. He's still trying to pressure with his knights. And he could do damage with the knights underneath the TC, and he is doing that now. He also could take a decent trade versus the World Raiders. But it does feel like it is just a matter of time now for the northern team, as Canary is getting Cavalier. And, okay, Savior now getting banking. So, they're thinking about slinging again. The Savior might send resources. I would send resources to the guy going Paladin or the guy going with Mangadai. In this case, I don't see any castles yet for SK Forever, so maybe send resources to Yellow, especially because he's close to green. Oh, you know what? Something I didn't point out earlier is Yellow has been spending time walling in green. So he's walled in green here, he's walled in green here and here. So these Cavalier are going to have to run around. And they're actually walled out here as well. So this is ridiculous. They're going to have to go through purple to get there. I mean, might as well just help out blue while you're there. That's pretty funny. They've walled off the middle of the map. If they walled here, though, like, do they not know that's open? Maybe they don't know that's open. Let's see. Oh, God, they don't know. That would have been so cool to see them wall this off. Of course, it's still a bit open on this side as well, but no cartography. Maybe purple knows? Yeah, purple does know. Anyway, that's a bummer. Maybe he'll have time to do so, as green has now arrived to his stables with the Cavalier. Yet red is just Feudal Age slinging, Death Incarnate. Just Feudal Age slinging. And he's Mongols, so eventually, once he gets enough villagers, he's still on 1 TC, but once he gets enough villagers, if he can justify doing so, he can take his foot off the gas, like Orange did a while back, and consider going into some form of military. But normally when you sling, it is best to just commit to it, and that's not something that Orange did. Orange had his own eco, and he's thus given significantly less resources to his allies, and his allies could need it. And Canary looking to go for Rams, I imagine, soon. Okay, so this has been walled up. This is still open. These are now elite Woad Raiders for blue. Only one castle at the moment. Canary does not have Paladin on the way yet, but he's starting with the ram push, and luckily for the southeastern team, Yellow has had the time. Because of his walls, though, if he didn't have the walls, it could have been trouble. He's had some time to prepare military. He's going into Cav Archers, interesting. Not a big fan of that move, in all honesty. I feel like Paladins are much better in this situation, but okay, he's sending his Cav Archers forward. He's just passing, guys. Just passing through Canary and Vegeta's Woad Raiders. Vegeta looking to take this person off stone here, but purple, he's wiser to it. Or wise to it, rather, and has built a castle. It's actually a good point. Okay, he's a stone back here. He needs to get the castle up for Mangatai, because he's an imp. And this is what Cavalier will do. The Cav Archers just don't stand a chance here. The Cavalier are so much stronger. You would need a big ball of Cav Archers. And you know what? Yellow, he's getting all the upgrades, but it's possible he overboomed. We'll see. I mean, he will have resources to create units, but he has 154 bills. That's a bit much. Now, the game will probably continue to stutter like this. I can't control that, unfortunately. It's due to the fact that this game is over a decade old. I'm surprised that technology even allows us to still play this. It's like playing an old Nintendo game on a PS4. Okay, it's not exactly like that, but you get what I'm saying. And here we go. Cav Archers are in numbers now. If he can hit and run with them and maybe add in Halb, then I agree with the decision. And yeah, this should be enough CA with the reinforcements coming in to clean this wave up. And then Halberdier will be on the way. But speaking of on the way, Canary's about to get Paladin. The Paladin almost finished. Are we sure Yellow isn't a Doubt Smurf? Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. Pretty sure there would have been some information on that on the webpage I got this game from. I'd say playing a VHS tape and a PC. Well, either way, you know what I mean. It's pretty wild that we can still watch these games. I'm so happy we can. And this is quite a good game. This is quite a good game. It will soon be 3 castles here for purple, but he has elite Woad Raiders all over him. And this is giving Vegeta more time, and much needed time, to get his eco back up and running. He actually is not too far behind in bills, and he's receiving Sling. Now here are the Paladins versus what will soon be Halbs and Cav Archers from Yellow. And man, is that a good choke point or what for these Cav Archers. Fantastic choke point. and not a choke point that green can afford to fight in. Also, green cannot really afford to go towards Savior. It looks like ducks the Savior at first glance, because I'm so used to saying that. But yeah, like he can't really do that due to the fact that it's such a long distance. He has to go through here, and the fact that the walls are now coming up from Savior. Also, green can't really come here because of the fortified walls from purple. Now, purple's, believe it or not, the weakest player on his team now after the hit with these woes. He lost the castle as well. That's pretty incredible. And lacking upgrades and lacking resources to get the Mangazai numbers out. And all the push back in from Canary, recognizing that, hey, yellow had gone after his rams. And he's still fighting for his just halberdiers, but he has quite a few numbers. So this is a 2v2, essentially. Both red, who's now in Castle Age, and orange are not fighting in this one. And it's kind of hard to call, isn't it? Canary looking very good versus yellow. 50 military versus 50 military. Paladins will be better in this situation. I'm not sure where all of yellow's cav archers are. Okay, here they are. The trade begins, as you can see. So cleaning up the middle will be so important for Tysinka, for Savior, and for SK Forever. And the battering rams, or the siege rams rather, cleaning up all the barracks so no more halbs can be created, and the World Raiders coming in from blue, that will counter the halbs. This is quite good team play from Canary and Vegeta. Yeah, orange has 200 vills. He's slinging with 200 vills. Is he slinging though? It almost feels like he hasn't been sending resources because purple hasn't gotten into the game yet. No elite Mangazai yet? Very peculiar. Well, red, he's at 86 vills himself, and they have safer trade, red's team. Much safer trade, and oh my goodness, I mean, Tysinka is really struggling. He's dying to this 2v1. He'll lose his TC, he'll lose villagers. He's down to 98 vills now. That might help him to free up pop space, funny enough. But the trade cart's running right through this. Okay, here are the Mangazai for SK Forever. They are not elite, and elite would be so important here. Without the elite upgrade, they don't fare too well. I want to go to his point of view again. Yeah, he just does not have the gold. He's getting slung, but he's getting slung everything he does not need. Now, capped ram for SK. Elite skirmisher for Canary. Interesting that Canary is choosing to go for skirmishers, but there are the forward archer ranges. Skirmishers do counter halbs and cav archers, so it's not a bad addition. Now, you can really feel that this is a team game played with crappy internet on crappy PCs over a decade ago. Now, you can just feel it. The quality is obvious. The skill is obvious. But you can just tell now with all the stuttering. There were some problems with unit control back then. But wow, yellow, this is maybe where his cav archers were earlier. He's made it into this choke point. This is where green has been running through with a lot of his units. So the reinforcements are being cut off due to the fact that these walls are... Okay, this wall, I guess, is now battered down, but still. Still not elite Mangazai. I think now if either purple or yellow add in some Hussar, and you can see Cavalier now for yellow, so he's just going to go for a gold unit. And that can counter all the skirms. Yeah, this almost looks like HD. Yeah, you're kind of right on that. This is kind of like HD 300 pop Black Forest games right now. Actually, yeah, it might be accurate. It might be accurate. I can't really say anymore. So, Vegeta has fallen back, and the reason he's fallen back is due to the fact that he wants to go with Siege. He's been trying to push with Wodes. These Mangazai are still not elite. This is triggering me. Get elite Mangazai. Sell some wood, food, anything. Just get elite Mangazai. And the Wodes actually doing so well, considering these aren't elite. But green's getting pushed back. And sure, he's building a castle, but will that castle stay up as yellow now has his own siege rams? Interesting. Did they actually change sprites for HD or just sharpen them to higher resolution? I don't know the specifics of it. I just know that HD, for whatever reason, performs worse than the disc version on Voobly. Like, it's just like, as some would say, spaghetti code. As far as the actual, like the visual effects go, I don't know how, like, what the terminology would be, but it looks fairly similar. It just has, like, I like to say a gloss over it. So there's a signal, and it's from Purple. He signaled, and believe it or not, his walls give them line of sight over the enemy trade. So you can see where the enemy trade is, and they said, hey, maybe get Elite Mangadai and go snipe that. Purple said, no, I don't need Elite Mangadai. I can only imagine he's struggling for gold or something, but you would think that he would have been able to afford that by now. Like, what on earth is Savior doing if Purple doesn't have the resources for Elite Mangadai? Yeah, I guess there's just a huge contrast between how the slings are working. Like, Red's been sending a lot more resources. He's on his way to Imp, but let me show you the difference. Oh, I'm wrong on this. I just want to analyze this because we can't normally do this with live games. So Orange did send a lot of resources. He's just sent more to Yellow. Red took his foot off the gas to go to the Imperial Age and I assume go for Mangadai. The lack of gold, though, for SK Forever is a bit of an issue. And that's haunting him at the moment. Maybe he forgot he doesn't have Elite Mangadai, but could have sworn that he would have had the resources for that. Let's get back into the game. Duck says we won $30 in trivia tonight. Congrats, man. And while you were doing that, you were winning an Age of Empires 2 game, DNS Savior. That's probably Duck's Savior in the good old days, right? Oh, what a crazy game. Like, I thought a while back that Tysinka could be in trouble. Well, now Green's in trouble. And Green is the best player on his team. Now, here the Siege Workshop. Oh my goodness. They've gone through here. Huge eco losses. Oh, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Okay, what is that market? Green? That's a peculiar market. I guess the wood line's making it awkward for the trade. Purple keeping himself safe here. The siege from Blue, which he is sending, will be needed for the Cav Archers. But they can't stop Paladins, that's for sure. The extra resources from Orange definitely helping out, so Yellow could get Paladins. Yeah, 115 population for Green. This is a population, when you're 2v1s, this is a population that's very difficult to come back from. And I think if they are going to come back from it, it's going to be on Mr. T, not T90, but Mr. T, who has one castle. Where did he place that? The hotkeys don't work. There we go. Yeah, so he's built a castle, and maybe he will go for Mangadai. It seems like he's going towards that. NCSU Pie with a 300 bits says, hopefully won't get pulled away by the baby waking up. Old man. Hey man, there's a lot of people who watch Age of Empires and have kids. They're totally cool. I'll try to keep my voice down so don't wake up your child. I mean, this is just craziness, guys. Now a forward castle from Tysinka on the front. He's starting to tread down this castle from Green, which I think he can do successfully. The Cav Archers have made it... Well, they ran towards this wood line, and now they're just going to sit right next to the castle to ensure this goes down. Now, Purple, meanwhile, he's actually in here, and he's harassing Blue a little bit, so this game has completely changed. And also, well, I was thinking he could go to the vulnerable area in the trade here, but that's not possible as Red is going for the castles there. Now, once again, this game has been really good, but it hasn't been anything that has wowed me out of my mind. We've had 2 slingers.
IT90. 5 months, 1 month.
I feel like the thing that will wow us is Red trying to come back into this game and adding the Mangadai, because he is getting elite. Purple, he finally has elite himself, and he's going for a Siege Onager as well. Will Red be able to send assistance to keep Canary in this match. Because Canary, he was in a nice little bird cage here. It wasn't a nice little cage, but it's been broken into, and he's now trying to fly away. Flying away. Oh my god, this is the original Just Passing. Are you kidding me? He's sending most of his eco, if not all of it, right next to where Purple has Mangadai, Lightcav, and Onagers. Donnie Jr. says, why do players leave relics uncollected? Do they just get so far into it and forget? There's still 2 on the map right now. Yeah, dude, there's so many things they're focusing on. It normally comes down to that. Oh, look at this! We have a traffic jam. This ultra-random map making the trade so awkward. And the trade is actually clogged. And Purple's Lightcav killing a few trade cards for free. Some of Red's trade cards trying to come back with gold, and Blue's as well. And they're blocking each other. Trade clog on Lance. Trade clog, same thing. And speaking of clogs, this has been unclogged. Tysinka is working his way in. He's going to get into the trade. What a match. Red's trying to go to the right-hand side to clear this up. But now he can't deal with the amount of numbers in his base. Siege Rams, Heavy Cav Archers, Halberdiers. Yellow, he has 142 military. He has 22 of his own vills. 22 of his own vills. That has got to be intentional because he has 8 TCs. He could have easily boosted that number up. But no, he's just gone for full military. So this is really the strength of the sling. As I said, sometimes players will choose to take their foot off the gas and stop sending resources. In this case, Red has done that. And, well, his allies have just died soon after they weren't receiving the resources any longer. Now, Vegeta, he's now clearing out the trees, which is a very wise move. Make the trade a bit more efficient. Now, of course, they will have to deal with this. Red trying to wall up the base of his castles. This is one of his 3 castles. Now, Mangadai, when massed, will kill Cav Archers, Hussars, and Siege Rams. They'll pretty much kill everything except mass siege. So that could be the ticket to the comeback here. He's gonna make a move, Yellow, towards this castle, and that is a lot of Mangadai. Now, elsewhere, Purple, he's actually running away. And he's pushing this way with Siege Rams. Vegeta's been making some pikes. So, yeah. Lag game. I would like to remind everybody joining the stream or the video, like the people who might have skipped through, because YouTubers, you always skip. I know you do. It's okay. Just pointing out the obvious. This was played in mid-2000s. So, there's probably lag back then, and then you account for the fact that this recorded game is ancient. Yeah, there's going to be lag when we watch the match. But I think they'll clean this up. They're taking big losses in the trade, though. Like, Yellow has played extremely well. 564 kills, 399 deaths. Okay. I'm about to stop looking at chat because of how judgy you're getting. Vegeta, I'm sorry. He needs to just patrol here and clean this up. They need to clean up the trade route. This is nasty stuff. Purple now pushing in a 1v1 versus Vegeta. And these are Celt Siege Onagers. 105 HP. They do not go down without a fight. And they're going to clean up so much here if Purple doesn't run away. Oh my goodness, the stutter. I almost feel like speeding this up slightly so the lag doesn't look as bad. Maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah, Doubt is Vegeta. I'm a long time. Is it actually Doubt? It didn't say that on the recorded game, so that's all I could really go by. And it's hard to know if people are 100% certain on that. Like, I think that Doubt played on this clan. I think he played on CSI, because I've seen a few other games with that. Okay, this will be cleaned up. Nameless Soul says yes. Well, Nameless Soul, I trust you due to the fact that you gave what seemed to be credible information earlier, so my bad. You guys have been mentioning that for a while. I thought you were joking because of his lack of micro. I thought you were joking. That's my bad. Okay, well, it seems like Doubt's team's getting pushed back, doesn't it? Red has the Mangazai he would want. Ah, Spring said it. Gotcha. I happened to miss that, I guess. The Siege Onagers flattening everything from SK Forever. Halbs and Siege, this is the combo that's tough to stop from Celts. Now, remember, earlier, Orange was at 200 villagers slinging. Now, he's at 88 trade carts and 104 villagers. Still not looking to add any military. So this could soon, if Green can get back into the game and add Paladins, it's going to be tough because he's at 36 pop. But if he can get there, this will soon be a 3v2. And the big issue for Purple is his Mangazai are countered, while Red, he doesn't have any counter. There's no strong siege options on his side, as he's only versus Huns. We saw the push from Tysinka. It was very strong. He's looking to collect these relics, which I guess were in Green's monastery. But yeah, there's going to be a real strong force coming this way. And it's already looking sour for SK Forever. SK Forever is getting 2v1 versus a composition that he just can't micro against. What is this, dial-up? Dial-up internet? I don't even know what the speeds were. These people are on different sides of the planet. Back when, with old PCs. Yeah, you just can't micro this. Maybe that's why, actually, Dowd has said it himself. He's like, back in my day, man, we didn't need micro. Now, saying that, he's played this pretty well after those losses he took earlier. And he definitely has a composition that does not need to be microed all too much. The comeback is definitely on. And it's all due to the fact that Doubt has the best siege in the game. It was even better back then because it has 105 HP after Furor Celtica. Best siege in the game, one of the best infantry civs in the game, and then combine that with Mangazai, and that's a perfect combo. While Purple, he's trying to do everything on his own. Now Yellow, he's being a pain with a few Hussars, a few Paladins, and he's still trying to get in towards this trade. So that's good for him, but he's also like unable, he's cut off from assisting his ally. So when is your collaboration video for an AoE2 YouTube documentary? Vine Smash, I don't have one planned. I don't know if you heard otherwise, but I didn't send that information to anybody. We need a T90 official Vegeta mode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. You know what? If they get in, you know, the idea behind killing trade is at this stage, there's no gold left on the map. So they are getting pushed by the Mangazai from Red, but they're going to kill another castle. Red only has 55 gold, and they're going to lose trade carts. So I have to admire Yellow's persistence to get into the trade, and he's going to be rewarded now. He is definitely going to be rewarded. I would probably mix in some Cav Archers again, and yeah, he's doing that. And Cav Archers will pick off the trade so much easier. At the same time, Doubt no longer making a move, but Red has made his way into the trade here. How did he get in? I guess he went right past the castle. Oh, this is huge. This is ridiculous. Well, that evens things out, doesn't it? That evens things out. There's almost 200 trade cards for the SK Forever and DNS team. 80 of them are oranges. And just watch the trade disintegrate before your eyes. There's nothing here to kill this at the moment. Absolutely nothing. That is a massacre. That is an absolute massacre. Now, you know what? They've traded trade. This is the trade, not a base trade, but the trade. Yellow's been here as well. So counting the overall trade card numbers, Doubt's team is actually way behind. Doubt only has 10 trade cards and 17 for T. And then Green, he's still at 44 pop, and the poor guy, he not contributing anything at all except maybe moral support. So what they need to do is delete the markets and save the trade cards, and that's what they've done here. Wow. Dev964, thank you for the new sub. Donnie Jr., thank you for the new Prime sub. Omni-Honor, thank you for 5. Appreciate it. Walls don't bang. Dude, these walls have been totally banged up. Totally banged up. Your username is false. Thank you for the new sub as well. Oh, we got another T90. T90. What's the word? Jeez, apparently I can't speak. So we have a woo woo woo. Prime sub. Thank you, woo woo woo, for the prime. Okay, finally these Mangadai get cleaned up. Okay, so luckily for T, he can sell some of his resources. He lost 2 of his castles. He has 3 remaining. This one is on fire. But it's fine. It's fine, chat. Yellow's pulled back. Red, of course, cleaned up here. Yellow back up to almost 100 military. And now Doubt is pushing in. And Green is... I shouldn't judge him. He's adding skirmishers, so he's helping a little bit. I trade my prime sub between a few streamers. Sorry, it's not consistent. No worries, Donnie. Dude, it would be very selfish of me to say, like, hey, Donnie, you should like only my content. That's not the way it works, you know? That's fine. I appreciate it. I mean, this is not really a fight that Yellow should be taking unless Purple's siege onagers clear up a lot of the trash. And he's going to run away from this. We have, oh, possibly another castle going to die here for T. And Canary sends over his villagers to try and kill the Treb. Oh my goodness, the MVP. Nah, he doesn't kill the Treb. That's unfortunate. The castle now being repaired, and this Treb needs 1 or 2 more shots, and T has done that. So despite this being... Oh my god, look at that trade. This is hilarious. Despite this being somewhat hard to follow, because of the amount of lag, we can see what's happening here. We can really keep a good eye on it. I'd say if Green hadn't been killed off by Tysinka earlier, Doubt's team would have won this a long time ago, but Green, he doesn't have a safe eco. He continues to get raided. He can't really help his team in a big way. A great job from Yellow yet again. I mean, consistently pressuring this guy. Now, this castle does say up for T. And now he's building some siege workshops. Yellow is on both sides now. He has 114 military. In my opinion, I know Doubt might see this and get angry with me. Sorry, Doubt. But Yellow has been the MVP. And forget about the sling aspects, because everybody has been slung at some stage of this game, whether it was large or small. But 114 military, hitting the points that he is hitting consistently. Hitting Green's eco. Helping out first Doubt here. And going into the trade, like, this is some pro stuff. He has been playing so quick. And again, they are killing trade carts that T and Doubt really cannot afford to lose. Fen says, can I become a mod so I can harass Kiwi Mullet Boy as much as I like about Arsenal? As much as I would like to do that, just for that purpose, sorry, brother. I don't really add too many mods on the stream. How many Twitch channels do you go to and it's just pure mod spam? I'm not a big fan of that, so I try and keep the mod numbers down. And plus, we have a pretty good community. On very rare occasion do the mods ever even need to do anything. Sorry, mods. Not saying you don't have the skill to do it. Just saying. You rarely really need to get involved because of the community. Alright. How many people are students? How many people are students trying to unwind from school and Mr. Professor Man is in there talking about school? I'm of course kidding. The hot spam bot stops coming. Yeah, of course. Wow, what a cleanup. Down with those halbs, killing so many hussars. But question is it enough of a push? Because they still don't have their trade. Still do not have their trade. Oh my goodness. Yellow's everywhere. Hold on a second. We need to pause this. I need to point this out because this is incredible Age of Empires 2 play. Considering this is well over 10 years old, and I've never heard of this guy before. This is crazy stuff. Okay, so he was just in the trade. He's still in the trade, taking engagement here. So he has 2 groups he's controlling here. He's also sent hussars in towards the markets and the eco of red, so he's controlling this as well. Then he has army that has been pressuring green, and he's had army that has been accompanying purple, who probably needs a little bit more help from him because Doubt's pushing him. He is pretty much everywhere. The whole left side of the map is owned by him. If you want a piece of that real estate, you need to ask him, and you're gonna have to pay for it with your life. Okay, well, with the Siege Onagers from Doubt and the Mangadai from T, that will be a combo that can push this away, and yellow again noticing, running away. And they're really doing the right thing. They just have to continue to kill the trade. Now, what makes this difficult is Savior on the other team. Again, he hasn't been fighting, and he's been sending gold. Oh, you're kidding me, right? Hold on. Oh, okay. So, yellow, he had collected all the relics, and apparently this was on standard. So, if you collect all the relics and it's on standard, you have to hold the relics for 300 years and then you win the game. Yellow, he collected all 5, we heard the noise, he realized it, and he's ungarrisoned one, so he wants to win this like a man. I have to say, seems like they're on their way to victory. I mean, again, Taisinka here, look at the eco he's killing. This guy is everywhere. He's also back on this side. Probably mounting forces to help purple out, but purple doesn't really need it at the moment. Okay, he's just friendly fired a bunch of his own units. We'll pretend we didn't see that. Wow. Well, you know what? They could try, Doubt's team, if they even have the resources for it. Since it's standard, they could try and build a wonder. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't want to get your hopes up, but that would be pretty wonderful. Doubt certainly does not have the resources for it. I doubt red does either. Yeah, they don't have the gold earth stone, so that's just not possible. Now, this has just been incredible stuff from Mr. Taisinka. And again, he has been receiving gold from orange, I imagine. Check again, since we can, it's recorded game. See how many resources have been sent. And 140k resources have been sent from Savior. You know, the only thing I could really see Savior contributing would be Siege Ram. Maybe he could upgrade to Siege Ram and just free 20 to 30 population space up that deletes some vills or trade carts or something and add the Siege Rams on one of the sides. Beyond that, though, Vikings, they don't offer all that much. Oops. You gotta see the game. I almost closed out the game. That would have been so disappointing. Oh my goodness. I have done that before. It's finals week here. It's my least favorite time. People cramming, students suddenly pretending to care, so they pass, etc. Ducks, I didn't know you had me as a student, dude. That was me in high school anyway. Like, in college, I struggled, you know, so in college, like, it was more so me trying really hard, but my lack of focus during high school caught up with me. Yeah, I would hate that as well. Oh, no! No! The game is ripped! I'm gonna blame all the students that Ducks teaches that don't pay attention. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. So, I've seen this error before. That was an out of sync. So I believe with that out of sync, it's like the rest of the progress was lost. Now, I think if I unpause it, the units that have been sent to go to certain areas will go there. And all the units will fight, but then everything will just kind of stop. Let's see. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that was just like a... You know, it was a debate. It does... You know, it does seem like the victory was coming, though, right? It does seem like the victory is on the way. Doubt and Red, they have 4 trade cards combined. They ran out of tape on the old reel, exactly, yeah. Let's see. Again, I feel like I mean, it would be great for us to see the GGs and whatnot now, because I feel like that's on the way. But I feel like the commands that the players were sending... Oh, even look at this, the bottom left. Oh, you can't see it. Never mind. It's like bugged out there. Oh! Comeback time, baby! Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got you, Doubt. I got you. We got this. Just make some pikemen. Ah, my hotkeys aren't working. Create those fills. Let's go. We gotta change history, boys. We gotta change history. Oh, God. This is great. Where our market's at. Okay, we still got some eco down here. Let's make some skirms. Oh, God, my hotkeys are all wrong, too. Woo! We got this. Hussar still works. We could do this. We will eventually come back. I don't think you can control it. Hold on a second. Next level strategy. Get out. Get out of here. This must be what God feels like. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You're not trading versus me. I kind of want to bring the whole game back for Doubt's team. Be like, Doubt, you remember that game you lost? Well, you didn't. You didn't. And then we can re-upload it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. The game bugged out and I can now control everything. It's so weird. Oh, I've never seen anything like that in all my years of casting. That's so funny. Yeah, Kumar, the game bugged out and now I can control stuff. It's so whack, man. And I'm pretty sure that like the other players, they are not really able to like add commands at this point. So all their units are, yeah, I could spend ages deleting everything.
Drunk with power.
But I feel like it's best to say that the DNS team won it. That's hilarious though. I wonder if cheats work. Cheese. I could use one of these. Steak. Jimmy's. Oh, I didn't even look at my resources. Cheese. I doubt it. They would have had cheats off. Steak. Jimmy's. Oh, it's working! It's working! Rock on. Oh, let's go! Hold on a second. One moment, please. Can you copy and paste this? I think you can. You guys are witnessing history. We're finishing this. Doubt's gonna win this game. Doubt's gonna win this game. Let's go. Oh, oops. One second, guys. I have some important business. Let's get all the T90 hacks in the chat. I got this. I've never used this sheet before, can you tell? I got that rhythm. Alright. Elite manga die. Good joke. Boom! Alright. Let's change our spawn point. This is gonna take forever just typing the cheats. I'm actually gonna have to... This will take ages, man. I mean, I know it's Age of Empires, but this will take forever. Oh, YouTube, what in the world? This game is so... Hold on. Robin Hood. Let's build a wonder. Yeah, let's go. You know, let's build all the wonders. We don't even need trade. We're that good. Rock on, rock on. Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Woohoo! 2 wonders? I'll take it. Here, let's build them in nice orderly fashion. Leave a little path in between. Yeah. There we go. Yes, I did. Yes, I did start building a wonder. So none of my hotkeys work. Oh! What are you doing, cars? Man, this would be a good time to tell you that you can get you can save 15% or more on car insurance with Geico. Jeez, these cars getting caught in there. Don't be like that guy. So, I'm gonna finish this whole game, just for history's sake. Okay? And we're gonna finish off... We're gonna finish it. We're gonna rewrite history. This has never happened before. Like, I can pretty much guarantee you, you will never find a Twitch stream or YouTube video that has ever, like, hacked into a game from over 15 years ago. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. Should I do IR winner? Should we do the IR winner cheat? It's actually a cheat I didn't know about until I started streaming. Okay, alright. Well, let's finish it like a man. No, I don't really even need to, like, pay attention to these. Let's see. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Okay, I have 1 TC. So I think it comes out of the TC, right? So we'll just do this. 1 second, guys. This is how I got good at the game. This is how I got 2K Boobly. This hockey. Oh, Ralver, what's up? Hey, Ralver, fun facts. Let's throw the salutes to all these people who are about to be very confused. So, this is Doubt's point of view from a game that happened 15 years ago. And the game bugged out, and now I can control him to complete the comeback. And that's what we're doing right now. Oh, I don't know what's happening. This is freaking hilarious, man. We're gonna finish this game off with Cobra cars. Can I control group and everything? I can! I wish there was a way to produce these faster. I feel I feel like the YouTube title, I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point, but I feel like the YouTube title is how to change history or something like that. Oh my goodness. I don't know how this happened either. I guess Stout is Celts, right? So I could make Rams like a normal person. Can I change the speed? What? What is this wizardry? I could change everything. I'm not gonna be doing any other cheats just because. Hold on, I got this copied. Just because I don't know what some of the ones you're referencing mean, and I don't want one that gives me like an instant death. I'm pretty sure that one is an instant death. And I will not be tricked. Come on, patrol. Come on, jeez. Don't care about lumber camps. Yeah, this is fine. We don't need anything more. Just patrol across the map. Man, I'll tell you what, Yellow's probably pissed off that he didn't go for the Relic victory. Had he known that that 15 years later I would be able to control, he probably would have finished the game off earlier. Just never underestimate your opponent. You never know what tricks they're gonna have up their sleeve, guys. Let's collect these Cobra cars. Oh, there's a villager down there. That's cute. No, not gonna happen. So are the players controlled by the AI then? Okay, so to explain this, as my Cobra cars like slowly destroy everything. Again, I've seen this before. Here, I'm just gonna kind of like, gotta make sure I'm on the right point of view, but I'm gonna try and, you know, help the process along a little bit. The game essentially, like, all the units that have been told to be created, all the units that have been queued up, all the units that have been patrolled, etc., like, those units will continue acting as they have been told. But beyond that, they, like, nothing more is created, and no more activity comes from, like, no more activity happens. So, yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna clean up some of these stragglers. Okay. I don't want to lose now, you know. We'll go back to Doubt's point of view and patrol on in. Look at Doubt's score lead. This is fantastic. Also, did somebody on Twitch clip that when that happens? This is so weird. Okay. See, Orange is such a noob. He won't even resign, man. Come on, dude. No one, you're dead. Oh, look at Green. Yeah, get wrecked. Okay, chat, I really need a favor from you. Once we get the victory, I need to see the T90 woo spam for, Oh wait, Green's on my team. I'm an idiot. I just casted the whole game and I forgot that. Purple. That's what I'm looking for. I need you to spam the T90 woos for this amazing victory. Actually, we gotta wait for the wonders to complete first. Does he have anything else here? Of course he does. Type Furious the Monkey Boy. Yeah, I can do that. Let's go! I think that one ram is keeping purple alive. In fact, I can check. Oh no, he has more population somewhere. Let's be a bit careful here. We don't want to lose. Oh, the overlay gives the population as well. This is so odd. Yellow. Oh. Okay. Says he has 1 vil, 1 military. Where art thou? Yellow. 1 second. Ah. Sorry. And purple has 2 military. We'll wait for the wonder. Oh, goodness. Ah, yeah, I guess I can do that. Yep, I guess I can do that. Alright, so purple has 1 military unit left. And then we will have defeated the team who was on the verge of comeback. Now, he's not being very kind here. He hasn't resigned. He's kind of wasting my time. Oh! Oh, I can't control that. Okay, it's right there. On 1 HP. Well, let's do this. Go over to Town's point of view again. Wait for it. Wait for it. Debated. No! I was gonna toy with him, man. I was gonna toy with him. What on earth just happened there? Thank you for the T90 woos and all the T90 hacks, chat. Also, thank you for the bits. What just happened there? That... I have no words. I have no freaking words. That... I'd like to remind you, this game... I might need to get the exact date. This game was played in mid-2000s. It is currently 2018. So, unless you're viewing this from the past, or if you're in the past viewing it in the future or something, I don't know. I mean, maybe we just time traveled. I don't know. Maybe I just got to feel like doubt for a second. But, regardless, we just somehow controlled the fate of a game that happens over a decade ago. That was ridiculous. But the DNS and SK team, they probably would have won this. They were very close to the trade. So it's pretty good for Doubt that I decided to cast this so I could actually get him a victory, because I'll be honest, he kind of sucked until I came along. You just became a master caster and now you have the power. Yeah, I'm drunk on power. Yeah, that's going to YouTube. I don't know what the title's gonna be. That's really weird. That's definitely going to YouTube. Woo! Put this on YouTube, man. I want to watch this over and over again. Yeah. Alright, so let's look at the achievements. Let's get the T90 champs in the chat for all that phenomenal Cobra Car micro. Okay, so there's the KD for Doubt. I have to say, I deserve a lot of credit for those kills. Like, the whole game, everything I would say post-game is just completely changed because of what I just did. Like, the kill-death ratio, everything. Yellow's KD would have been so much stronger. Doubt's KD would have been so much worse. Oh, man. You know, the sling, the Viking sling from Savior, it really worked out. It's not quite Dux the Savior strat, but DNS the Savior, sure, that works. And I think the MVP of the game, besides myself, when I hacked time, was Tysinka. Tysinka was all over the place, man. He was extremely impressive, and I think he's the MVP for his team. Send Doubt a screenshot. I don't know if he'll remember this. Actually, hold on a second. What we can do... Okay, so this is what I want from you all. So... Okay, I can't unpause the game after it's already finished. So what I need is a screenshot. Another Geico insurance claim right there. Take a screenshot of this. Right here. Send it to Doubt. Circle the fact that this is his account and say, like, hey Doubt, why did you use cheats? That was unfair. Or, hey Doubt, that was kind of a noob move, don't you think? That was BM. Next game, T90 God mode. Yeah, maybe. Mina, to explain it again briefly, this is a very old recorded game. And the recorded game... Victory! The recorded game bugged out, and then for some reason I could control all the players while spectating. If you take the screenshot, I can send it to Doubt. I can also send a clip to him. I'm actually talking to him about setting up a show match right now, so I could do the work for you. Unreal. That was hilarious. That was ridiculous. Well, you guys just witnessed history there. Doubt be like, I don't care about cheats, man. I have Bush. Yeah, I can't do Doubt voice. Man, was that funny. Yada for sure. I believe I forgot your sub, dude. Thank you so much for that. And Rad Metal Monk, thanks again. Yeah, I was definitely drunk with power there. Oh, man. Can we even top that now? Can we even top that? I don't know if that can be topped. That's the problem. The quality of that game was so good, we can't ever match it again. We peaked, stream. We peaked.